RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, Billerica, Massachusetts, home to top 10 lists of everything and anything. Weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, sports video blogs, professional wrestling video blogs, MBTA video blogs, history video blogs, and a whole lot more. A collection of my work is on Facebook and YouTube. RVBN, Billerica, Massachusetts. Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Thursday, November 3rd, 2016, around 2:42 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. Cloudy out right now, some raindrops, but heavy-duty rain later on in the day and the overnight. In the 60s, but once the cool front comes in, back to seasonable temperatures. And it's going to be a quiet, wet week weather-wise next week, but there's indications towards the end of November something could be brewing for early snowfall. Keep you posted. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. It's Happy National Sandwich Day. Cozy TV is coming back on Comcast systems in Eastern New England beginning December 1st on Channel 935. Now let's hope Comcast adds Heroes and Icons and Get TV. And 40 million people watch Game 7 of the World Series between the Cubs and the Indians on Fox. The Red Sox picked up Clay Buchholz's option, $13.5 million for 2017, and the Philadelphia Phillies declined the 2017 option on Ryan Howard, but that was expected. That's about it on the news on the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash. Exercise. Get your exercise every day. If it's only a half hour, walking, running, jogging, sprinting, lifting weights, doing push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, doing anything that's active. Get the heart pumping, and it lowers your rate for strokes and heart attack and diabetes and obesity. Just get your exercise at least a half hour each and every day. I'm back. My second video blog subject today is about the Atlanta Flames history from 1972 through 1980. The Flames played the first 8 seasons of their existence in the biggest city in Georgia, Atlanta, which is also the capital. History of the Atlanta Flames franchise. An expansion team was awarded to Atlanta, Georgia on November 9th, 1971. Same day as the New York Islanders franchise was awarded, expanding the NHL from 12 to 14 teams. NHL was going to postpone expansion to 1973, but there were rumors that the WHA, the rival organization to the NHL, were going to put teams in New York and Atlanta, but the NHL will put a stop to that, and the Atlanta Flames franchise was awarded to Tom Cousins for $6 million. Tom Cousins owned the NBA's Atlanta Hawks at the time, and also the new Omni Arena that was being built that opened in 1972. And the Flames were named after U.S. General William Sherman during the U.S. Civil War when he destroyed Atlanta coming in with flames. The first team general manager was Cliff Fletcher, and Bernie Raphael Boom Boom was the team's first head coach. And the expansion draft in 1972, the Flames were drafting young and inexperienced talent, and they had 7,000 season tickets for the Omni. And their first season in 1972-1973, they had a respectable record of 25, 38, and 15. They had the strength of their starting goaltender, which was split between Phil Myra and Dan Bouchard, which they took turns to become as the number one goaltender for the Flames. The Flames got a boost in 1973 when they drafted Tom Lyskat with the second overall pick in the 1973 NHL amateur draft. He became like a big star for them. And the next year, the Flames made the playoffs with a 30, 34, and 14 record, finishing fourth in the Western Division of the NHL, but they got bounced in the first round by the eventual Stanley Cup champions, the Philadelphia Flyers. And the Flames were kind of a decent team during their existence in Atlanta. They had some stars, including Eric Vile and Bob McMillan and Willie Plett and Guy Chotanari, and the Flames made the Stanley Cup playoffs 6 out of the 8 seasons they were in Atlanta. But the Flames never won a playoff series while playing in Atlanta, which that got a lot of the fans frustrated. And for the first few years, the attendance at the Omni Atlanta for the Flames were pretty decent, but it dipped to about 10,000 during its fourth season, and there were rumors that the NHL was going to move the Flames away. Plus, the Flames did not have a television contract, which was not that very good, especially with fans not coming to see the games. They could only listen to it on the radio. But the local politicians bought season tickets to the Flames in 1976. That squashed rumors about them relocating for a few years, but the attendance was continuing to go very low, and also the owner, Tom Cousins, said at the time the Omni was kind of an outdated facility because it was at the time when arenas were starting to add luxury boxes, and the Omni could not add any luxury boxes for renovations because it was, built before they could do luxury boxes, and the team continued to lose money left and right. They tried anything to boost attendance, like signing Jim Craig, the goaltender of the U.S. Olympic hockey team in 1980, to try to boost attendance, but that was just a novelty. They also signed Paul Henderson, who was famous for scoring the game-winning goal in the Summit Series between the Canada and Russia in 1972, but Paul Henderson was basically washed up at that point. They just wanted to try to keep attendance pretty good in Atlanta, so somehow a local buyer would keep the team in Georgia. They couldn't find any local buyers, and Tom Cousins was forced to sell to out-of-town investors. The team was sold in 1980 to Nelson Skarabakia for $16 million. Nelson was a businessman in Calgary, and at the time, $16 million was the highest price for any NHL team, and they moved it to Calgary, and that's where they still reside today. Then the Calgary Flames were a frequent playoff team in the 80s and 90s, having a lot of great stars, culminating in a Stanley Cup in 1989. And the team record, in Atlanta was 2 268 wins, 260 losses, and 108 ties. So they were above 500 in Atlanta. And Tom Leskes was the all-time leading scorer with 155 goals and 276 assists for 431 points. And this was the first of two unsuccessful NHL franchises in Atlanta. And it was disappointing because if somehow Ted Turner bought the Flames during that time period with the Superstation, WTBS going throughout the country, that could have helped a lot because they had Braves baseball and also the Atlanta Hawks and Georgia Championship Wrestling. If they added a hockey team, that could have helped them, and you probably wouldn't have saw another NHL team fail there. And that's about it on the Atlanta Flames history. I'll be back later, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with the third and final video blog of the night, which will be about the top 10 list of the greatest Nickelodeon shows of all time back in the day. Like I always say, keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Pudding guy. Molly Roseblood, WCCO accent, has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt, so stunning, she's best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York, such a rocking Cougars. Get the best legs, New York City. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And in the words of Bruce Cronin, former co-worker at Hard Hinks Data Technologies, want to put a wager on that, which you see you later.